Shalom, family. Shalom. I'm back with another video. I'm not venting this time. I actually have something to teach you guys. So, now, last August, I told you guys that UFOs and light orbs showed up to my house and like strange twinkling stars that were like real bright, like brighter than the other stars. And like, I still haven't got a cord for my camcorder, but I do have all of this stuff recorded on my camcorder. All I literally need to do is buy the cord that hooks up to the computer so I can upload the footage, which I have yet to do. But I'm going to do it for, everybody who thinks I'm lying about these things. Now, when all of this was happening, so much I couldn't understand it. So much was happening to me. My family thought I was going crazy. They thought I was losing my mind because I was telling them that I was receiving messages from the stars around our house and that it was UFOs outside and light orbs. And my mom thought I was tripping and everybody thought I was crazy. And now they've kind of adjusted to the stuff that I be saying. So now it's kind of like, oh, that's just Denisha. But they kind of understand better and they don't just think I'm crazy like they did. Like my husband was like, you is crazy, you just a crazy person. Until one day, and let me tell you what made him believe. One day, me, him, and my brother, we was outside on the porch, and a light orb flew up to our porch. I'm talking about from the corner of the block, like floated down the street till it got to our house, came to our house. When it got right up to the porch, went up in the sky. I'm not lying. I want to swear, but we're not supposed to swear. But I'm not lying. After that day, he started being like, okay, maybe you not crazy as we think. So, but I was saying that I'm receiving messages. I mean, stuff that I just would never think about was in my head. Like, and I was like, I'm receiving messages from these stars. I knew they were angels when they first showed up. And let me tell you guys my journey. Like, I knew they were angels, and I always felt like they were angels. And we're gonna talk about it. So just stay with me. But I got spooked out because I started, researching what was happening to me. Like, what was I seeing? And people was talking about demon orbs and everything. So then I was all scared, thinking, it was demons outside my house. And I don't know what the heck. But I was like, man, they don't never bother me. They don't never hurt me. It seemed more like they protected me. Like they would literally follow me. Like my husband used to have to be to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and like I would take him, and like they would follow us there and follow me back. Like if we went anywhere at night, we would see them following us. It's like they were always watching over us, and I was like, man, these is angels. These is not demons. These is angels. I'm like, if they was demons, they would be doing stuff by now. Like they would be like trying to hurt me or something. They don't do none of that. It seemed like they more trying to protect us. So that's what I'm telling to my husband and everything. And then one day, my son said he seen two of them in my living room. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and he asked to get something to drink. And he said he came down here, and it was two lights in the living room. So, um, I and then after that, I was real scared, y'all. I was real scared. I was real scared. But now I know that they're angels, and I really understand what is what they are. So we've been talking about the electromagnetic field and the aura. Now I want to talk to you guys about the Merkaba, which is an extension of the aura or halo. So, and this is what actually, how I was talking to you guys about the movie, the show 4400, and how they was time traveling. They were supposed to go back in time to change the world, where the Merkaba does actually help you transcend dimensions and astral travel and time travel and travel through dimensions. So, they tell us a lot of the truth in these shows in subliminal ways. So that show 4400, it had a lot of stuff in there. I recommend y'all watch it. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the Merkaba today because these are the stars that I see outside my house at night that are real bright, like brighter than other stars. Okay, September 23rd, when I really thought it was the rapture, y'all. Don't laugh at me. Let me tell y'all, I really thought it was the rapture. Listen, so September 23rd, that I told y'all, I take my husband to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I came back and I'm just sitting on the bed. You know, I would just stay up from there. I'm sitting on the bed, and then like I look to my right because it's a window right by my bed, and it's like this star just like shining right in the window, and I'm like, you know, it's the rapture. It's about to be the rapture. It's about to be the rapture. That star shone in my window for, I can say, at least 2 or 3 months, like every day for at least till it got like cold outside. So August, September, October, November, yeah, at least 2 or 3 months. When it got cold outside, I really stopped looking for stuff because you know it was so cold outside. You just want to get in the house. So, but now that it's warm outside again, I'm starting to see everything again. So it's not going away. I mean, I seen the stars and stuff in the winter too, but I'm saying like more activity because you're actually outside more when it's warmer, and you know, paying attention. And I didn't know, you know, I just knew they was angels, but I'm like, man, this is not a star, this is something else. Like it would move. Like I would go out in the morning, like you could still see them like early in the morning, like while the sun was rising, you could still see them. Like I've never seen stars like these. This is how I knew they wasn't stars, and I was telling my family, they thought I was crazy. So they was Merkabas. They're angels, like I said, Merkabas. So let's read about the Merkabas. So it say like when I was zooming in on my camcorder, they was different colors, like green, and then like they would be changing colors. Like it's I when I'm going to upload that footage for y'all. Just bear with me. So say, what is your Merkaba and how do you activate it? The Merkaba is perhaps one of the most accurate representation humanity has of divine energy. It spins, it flows, it grows in all directions at all times. It balances and harmonizes and takes you where you want to be into the life you are wanting. It does this both in the physical and the spiritual dimension. Yes, you can actually travel with the Merkaba, or you can use it to become who you want to be. The Merkaba is the infinite circulating flow in the divine trinity in 4 directions, the 4 elements. It is all at once. Now, before we finish reading, I gotta tell y'all these stories because it's hard to explain to y'all if y'all don't know what been happening to me. So I finally figured out, okay, so in order for you to activate your Merkaba, you do have to raise your chakras. So in order for you to get downloads, which this whole video is on how to receive downloads, you do have to be on a frequency where higher frequency beings can communicate with you, because they can't communicate with you if you're on a, you know, third dimensional level, you know, if you're on a lower frequency. So you have to be at least at a 6 dimensional. I mean, you may be able to receive some pieces, but like really communicate, you need to be at 6. You need to be in the 6 dimensions. So you need to be on a higher frequency, and you need to have your sixth chakra activated to be able to receive messages clearly, and really be able to get, like, I can really talk to God, like, and I don't even want to say it like that because it makes me sound condescending, y'all, but I'm trying to be as truthful as I can to y'all without sounding like I'm stuck up or something, or like I just know everything, because that's what people always say. But I don't know, I'll just be trying to be truthful. So it's like I can say something and the thought come back into my head. So this is so simple. This is how I get downloads. And y'all gonna laugh because it's so simple. I'm trying to tell you. It's literally a thought in your mind that you explore. So, like a lot of the information I find be just like a random thought in my mind, and then I start looking it up on Google or something to find information on it and be like, I didn't even know this. I don't even know how I start doing this. It's literally just a thought in your mind. Literally, it's like telepathic communication. And this is what we're going to talk about when we read this. So it's the Merkaba is a star tetrahedron, a three-dimensional eight-pointed star made from two triangular pyramids, one pointing up and the other down. It harmonizes male and female energy, much like a yin and yang symbol. The Star of David is a two-dimensional version of a Merkaba and was reputed to have been painted on the shields of the armies of King David as a symbol of divine protection. The Merkaba does, in fact, step down source energy into the physical and is a representational invocation of as above, so below. The pyramid pointing upwards connects us to the heavenly universe energy and it's like how you receive. So it's how you receive information from the heavens, like from the higher realms, from God. If you want to say from God, from the higher realms, from the higher dimensions, from the angels, all of the above is how you receive information from all of the above. Even God, like a lot of people think that they can communicate with God and be, on a very low frequency. It don't necessarily work like that. You got to raise your frequencies, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. You have to raise your frequencies, and then you'll be able to really communicate and get these messages for yourself, to where you don't need somebody like me telling you what to do. You know what I mean? Like, you need to raise your frequencies. Like, we won't need nobody telling you that, because you'll be getting your own direct messages from the heavens. So the Merkaba does, in fact, the pyramid, we already read that. The pyramid pointing downward connects to earth and resonates with yin negative energy flows. The Merkaba is emblematic of the greater energy field that surrounds our body beyond our field, auric field. Most people who can view auras see them as a diffuse egg-shaped color field around our body that changes color and ranges in size from 3 to 36 inches. Beyond our aura, we have the etheric field, and further out, we have an immense energy field, reputed to grow up to 55 feet across in a saucer shape when it is fully energized. Our Merkaba, our light body, our Merkaba, our light body. I'm sorry, period. A properly functioning Merkaba field is not static, but comprised of the two tetrahedrons spinning incredibly fast in opposite directions, creating a light body that is capable of great feats, including interdimensional and interstellar travel. Do y'all hear that? That's so amazing. So I said, we don't know what we're capable of. And said Merkabas are believed to be the same divine light vehicles used by ascended masters to connect with and reach those in tune with the higher realms. It is thought by many that the chariots of fire mentioned in the Bible are these same vehicles. Merkaba literally means light, spirit body in Hebrew, denoting the harmonious activation of the three fields. When your Merkaba is active, you are tapped into all source energy and locked into the Earth's living matrix. Your DNA is fully turned on, and the potential for immortality and time travel are there. Your soul excels, your body heals itself, and you have potential for limitless creation. So it say how to activate. It say your Merkaba is constant. and your Merkaba is in constant communication and connection with all of Source. It is your creative matrix that allows you to combine your soul intention with the spark of God energy and literally create your reality however you want. Like a crystal, it can be programmed through meditation and by setting your intention. All that is required is for your Merkaba to be actively spinning, which is done through breathing exercise and habit and by simply instructing your Merkaba as you want it to do. You are the only one on earth who can work with or program your Merkaba. No other human or healer may influence the programming of your Merkaba, although a healer may work on your breath work and energy pattern to help facilitate the Merkaba. Okay, so first thing you need to do is, now I say it don't really give you a good explanation on how to activate your Merkaba, so we're just going to talk about it. Sin. This is why our scriptures tell us not to sin, because when you do lower level things, it keeps you on a lower frequency. So if all you're doing is sleep, eating, and sex, those are all tied to your lower chakras. So you're going to be vibrating on a lower frequency than somebody who loves work, you know what I'm saying, is focused on other things that are of a higher nature than sex, eating, and sleeping. You know what I mean? Their frequency is going to be higher. Now, once your frequency is higher, once you reach the sixth dimension, as we was talking about earlier, um, what it is you beat your karma. You basically, to even get to the sixth dimension, you have to beat your karma. So once you beat your karma, it's like the obstacles that once were like fighting against you, you know, things that was happening that was, you know, destined to happen, that was out of your hands. And you was just like, why did this thing just happen to me? And, you know, once you beat that karma, then you can manifest things into existence. You can will things into existence. And I really feel like that's been happening for me lately. I really feel like everything that I was like, nothing, it's like I don't get a no. And, you know, I thank the Father for that every day. How, you know, gracious He is to me. And so yeah, it's like you'll be able to really will things into existence because you don't have any no obstacles, no opposing force. That's what I want to say. There's no opposing force, karma. That opposing force is, you know, going because you beat your karma. So in order to do that, you have to stop doing things that you're going to get karma for. So this is where the sin comes into place. Don't kill, don't steal. That's karma. Somebody will kill and steal you back. Kill and steal you back. Y'all know what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, this is where we ties into to the sins, because the sins tie to the karma. And in order to manifest into your reality, you can't have that opposing force. And I think I'm at this stage. I mean, a lot of good things are happening, great blessings. I know for this age to come about, the coming of a new age, that the old age has to be destroyed. But if you're on the right side of the fence, you won't worry about that. Shalom, family. Till we meet again.